nobody needs another artist. Nobody cares if an individual becomes an artist or not. So, you know, it's really up to you. If you do this, and if you decide you can't and you quit, then it's fine. You know, the world's not going to collapse. You know, it's really about, you know, how far you're willing to go and what you're willing to put up with.
I don't know why, but I remember saying in my kindergarten class, when I grow up, I want to be a ballerina. Today is Saturday, and I work on Saturdays, so I don't get to sleep in really. I was up at 6 a.m., so I teach a creative class at 9 in the morning, and then I teach beginner ballet at 10, from 10 to 11. And then by the time I get out, I have just enough time to get on the bus, transfer to the subway, and be on time for this class. So I do that. This is a class that I really like to take because it's challenging for me, technically, artistically, and there's not a lot of choreographers in the city that teach a class like that, which is very unique. It comes from a very intuitive place with a guided improv in the beginning, and he's asking us to think of awareness and energy and having all the movements start from within. I tend to not really be sure about things until I'm in the middle of it. So I knew I wanted to dance, I knew I wanted to perform, I knew I wanted to create work, and I just, you know, always knew that that was something that I wanted to do.
My name is Bianca Davies. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I am a poet. I feel bad for people who don't have an artistic outlet because, like, what do you do? Like, everything is just bottled in. Like, how do you self-reflect? Because for me, this is self-reflection.
What good is the revolution going on in your heart if there is no one there to witness it? If there is no one there to see it win or lose, for the history of your heroes, they say women like them are too hard to love. Love is one of a kind to them, a hidden entity, like a secret lying in the crescents of your palms. The last time the world seen us this vulnerable, we were tucked beneath the bosom of our mothers, the very first place we learned how to bury our feelings like prose. This poem is for the woman who glances into the mirror, and instead of seeing her own reflection pure and beautiful, sees every bag that's ever held her down. To the woman who writes a to-do list daily, to remind herself that the place she is going doesn't require that much luggage. To the one who wrote herself
clearly, I'm going and I'm going into the deep end, far over my...
Early art for me is always taking a snapshot of a story for me. It's almost like for a photographer, taking that picture.
Everyone knows going and it shows, but I don't care.
At the age of 10, I was in 5th grade, and I have 4 older brothers, and one of my brothers, he wrote me a rap to rap at like our family talent show that we do during Christmas. And that's when I found out that like I really liked performing And then he got me into writing, and then at 10 is when I found out that I was a poet and that I could write.
I'm not always feeling angry, but I mean, as far as the music goes, I put like rage towards the music, so I don't have to like always be full of rage. They can like take out the feelings I have about like, you know, world events or like, just injustice and all, I don't know, all the stuff that's wrong. They can kind of take and filter it into something and just like dash it over the head. With like the stuff with my brother, it's just better if you just improvise, because we always come up with something new. And we're always gonna sync in with each other, so since it's just the two of us, then we can pretty much just do anything.
You got used to this.
They feet cold cause they always took. I come through with the pump and stole her pumps. Sold it to another chump for 50 lumps. Damn! I said it was Manolo.
Through what I'm doing, I'm trying to accomplish chaos. Just like to do stuff that's like stirring to emotions and like makes you not like settle down and become a robot. Because I don't want to settle down and become a robot, so I want to keep stirring my emotions up. And I like to stir other people's emotions up too.
It's pretty scary to go up, tell everybody, you know, to think that you can make a living as a cartoonist. I mean, or any kind of artist. And so, of course, you know, my biggest concern was that I wouldn't be able to do it. I felt like my entire identity kind of hung on that. And so the chance that that wasn't going to work out and that I was going to have to do something else was terrifying to me. So, I mean, I do caricatures for the same reason I do pretty much everything that isn't just some project I'm trying to pursue on my own, which is to make money. You know, because you have to regard yourself, you know, being an artist is like being an entrepreneur, and you have to think of it like that. So you have to think about, you know, how do I sell things? How do I, you know, get my stuff out in the world? How do I promote myself?
Well, I'm a cartoonist. I started out as a political cartoonist for the newspaper. I got into sort of, I guess, what you call alternative comics. I was published by Fantagraphics. I did a lot of writing for DC. I became a syndicated cartoonist. King Features syndicated my comic strip, our comic strip, Edge City in 2001, and that's been my major occupation.
And I think that artists should be willing to, you know, get down and do things and stretch yourself, and do things that you don't, you know, necessarily feel are just your creative soul at that particular time. You know, but I've certainly done a fair amount of things that weren't my impulse to do at that time. And I just consider that part and parcel with doing what I do, because you have to be willing to do a lot of things. I mean, one of the ways that I've survived as an artist is to be versatile.
I wish I had the money just to do my art full time, but unfortunately that's not the case for me, so.
So basically odd jobs. I've done a bunch of them. Worked in 2 supermarkets, stocking produce and doing an overnight shift and being a cashier.
Teach right now for 4 different organizations, and they all pay me varying amounts.
KFC/Taco Bell, Mackie D's, Subway.
I kind of manage my own time, so honestly I work about like 6 hours out of my 8-hour day at my job for a job, and then I use like the 2 hours and then my lunch break just to write, edit, do whatever.
Super K, or not Big, no, Super K.
So I try as much as I can to keep my work dance related and to make sure that what I'm doing is supporting my overall goals.
For janitor jobs. Jeez.
I actually didn't get a promotion at work, and when I asked my boss why I didn't get the promotion, it was, in layman's terms, she basically said because I was an artist. She said that the reason why is because I do too much outside of work, and my do too much outside of work is my art.
The biggest compromise has been not always having the time to do the things I really wanted to do. That's been the hardest thing. It's not that the work I've done I felt compromised. It's that sometimes when I've wanted to do my own thing, I haven't had time.
For my work, I don't have anything right now that's giving me full-time pay or any kind of benefits. You know, I don't know when I'll ever have insurance. For a dancer, that's like a really rare thing to be insured by your company. And it sucks because if you're injured, there's really no one there for you unless you have some kind of insurance that's covering you, so you have to find that out on your own. I think you can learn a lot about yourself through dealing with an injury. So it's important to allow that to be a time of healing and learning more about your facility too.
Like we were like doing an office move, and we were carrying a huge conference table on like a dolly, and it slipped off the dolly onto my toe, and it didn't break my toe, but I think it like sprained it. It was fine for like a week, and then then it was fine after like a week, but then the toe went black, and yeah, it's basically been dangling off for the past 6 months. But yeah. If you're worried about like getting into art as far as like it taking away from you being able to make money or like it affecting you monetarily, like it will, sure. Like, I don't know. I think you can find a way to do like almost anything, especially now with like technology, like music, you can do that so easy. Like you can record anything. Well, for me, I'm not good at publicizing stuff or like doing the like networking and all that type of thing. So I think it's just mainly putting stuff out a lot. And I'm like kind of changing that a little bit. So. don't really see how people don't really do stuff like this. I mean, I guess everyone has something, but this is my thing that I have to do. If I don't do it, like, I don't know, I'll probably go crazy.
That'd be the day that I literally had to divorce my parents. Because it'd be the day where they wanted me to go insane and to give up something I love, and I just couldn't.
I probably would have cried and cried and cried and said, no, I want to dance, because that's how I was as a kid growing up. If there was something that I was really, I think I would have been stubborn about it, and I probably would have resisted.
Poems from her broken body. She swears it's the only thing saving her from that whirlwind of chaos she used to call love. But if she ever considers loving again, she'll look for nothing in return this time. Her mind
Sometimes as artists, we hold our breaths and we just go for it.
Not much reward to it, but
I know that the reward comes from them just listening to me. And I think that happens with a lot of artists.
When the lights come on, that's the best feeling that there is.
Sometimes whether we get paid or whether we don't get paid, it's not really important to us because the message is so much bigger.
And also I would say one more thing, someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna do it if you don't. So, why not you?